Most favored nation, these are the terms mentioned under the WTO, World Trade Organization, General Agreement on Trade and the Tariff. This is mentioned on the WTO and the General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. This is under the Article 1 of the GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. Most favored nation are those nations from which the country is doing their trade on a specific duty structure. Means this duty will be the same for all the nation. Means we are exporting something, we are importing something from Russia, we are importing something from USA, we are importing something from the Pakistan, from the China. The duty structure will be the same for all the country. There will be no discrimination between the country. This is known as the most favored nation. And the country gives the most favored nation status to almost all the members of the WTO. Why the almost? Because some of the country are not giving the most favored nation to some of the country. Like the Pakistan not give the most favored nation to the India. This is the description of the country. These are the country for the most favored nation. Take an example from like a bro code. आप सब friends a bro code use होता है वहाँ पे. In that case, if you are the flatmates, you 4 friends are the flatmates. Somebody have buy the new shoes here. किसी ने new shoes लिए हैं, किसी ने new shirt ली है, किसी ने new trouser लिया है, and somebody buy the new laptop here. There is a no restriction. Anybody can use these products. Specific in the case of boys. They can use the shoes, they can use the shirt, they can use the trouser, they can use the laptop as well. So in that case, there is no discrimination between these 4 countries. These 4 boys are the 4 countries. These 4 boys are the 4 countries. There is no discrimination between them. This will not say, I will not give you shoes. This will not say, I will not give you shirt. Similarly, with these 2 other boys, they will use their products. But if we consider these 4 boys are the 4 countries, we are taking from these countries at the same rate. Same rate पे ही हम लोग ले रहे हैं. We can say on a 10%, and that rate is provided by the big bro, the leader है flat का. So we can say this is the leader, and this is provided the MFN to these 4 boys here. So similarly, the case of the most favored nation, India is providing the MFN to these countries, and all the tariff rate will be the same. I hope this will be the example, very good example regarding the MFN. You will not forget it. So they in the WTO mention all the country will give the most favored nation status to the all other country here, except those are not the member of the WTO. Like some of the country are not the member of the WTO, so the country can charge any of the duty structure to those country. But in the specific case, WTO is also mentioned if there is excess import or the excess export by a country into the other country, so the country can charge a specific duty structure. Like China is exporting excess of the product to some of the country like the India, Pakistan, and some of the other developing country. In that case, the country can charge the anti-dumping duty. Anti-dumping duty structure means if a country is sending the excess amount of products to the other country, but the rate is very less than the origin country. Here, if the rate for a X product in the China is 15,000 rupee, but they are selling in the India, it is 7,000 rupee. So the India will charge 8,000 rupee duty on this product to make the price equivalent to the China, because this will affect the producer in the India, manufacturer in the India, the manufacturer of the other products in the India. Our production has a limit. We cannot increase after that. But they are producing because of the higher technology structure, because of low cheap rates. They are exporting the products in our country at a very cheaper rate. And also given the traders some of the other things, so they can export at a very lower rate from the origin country. So in that case, they are charging the anti-dumping duty. Countervailing duty is for the other purpose. Like in the case of the India, we are having dispute with the WTO related to the countervailing duty. So the countervailing duty, in the case of the countervailing duty, the government is providing the subsidies for the products. Like for the agriculture, government is providing for the subsidy for the electricity, subsidy for the water, subsidy for the fertilizers, and a subsidy on the seeds as well. So the government is providing all this subsidy. With this, government is also providing the subsidy for the export. In each case, the government is providing a subsidy. So if we export these products to the other country, in that country, the product price will be the lesser than the country price. Take an example of rice. Initially we taken. If the India is sold the rice at the 150 rupee per kg, of the basmati in the US. But the local rice variety rate is 250 rupee in the US. So the USA will charge 100 rupee of the CVD on the Indian products. So this is completely based on the subsidy provided by the government, and the anti-dumping duty is completely based on the excess of the product exported by a country on another country. So this is the difference between the anti-dumping duty and the countervailing duty. And the most favored nation are allowed to charge these duty because they are hampering their manufacturing in the origin country or the Indian country, we can say. So the MFN status can be given to the any country by the any other country and can also be revoked by the any other country in the specific cases here. So the WTO members commit to treating other members all benefits from the each other lowest tariffs, high import quota, and the fewest trade barriers for the goods. कि trade smooth हो जाए internationally and there will be the lesser barrier for the trades. The principle for the non-discrimination is known as the most favored nation. There will be no discrimination within the countries. This is one of the major which ensure trade without discrimination. And the another one is the national treatment with the every nation here. Article 1 of the General Agreement of Trade and Tariff require every WTO members country to accord MFN status to all other members country, but there is also the exceptions in the trade agreements. For country outside the WTO, such as Iran, North Korea, Syria, Belarus, members can impose whatever the measures they want to take for the international trade. So these are the exception under these GATT and the WTO. So this is all about the most favored nation. Almost all the members of the WTO are the most favored nation for the country. The members of the WTO are almost the 190 members in the WTO. Almost all the nations are the most favored nation for the Pakistan is also the MFN for the India. The main focus is on the MFN. MFN is clear. A countervailing duty is clear. Anti-dumping duty is clear. And a tariff rate quota is also clear. These four can be asked in a match the following pairs for the economy, which is related to which one of the duty. There is some of the specific doubts for the like a tariff rate quota, koi limits nahi hai, but the specified the quantity under which the tax will be the zero. On the other product, the tax will be the same. In the anti-dumping duty, the government will charge on the excess export by some of the other country. In the countervailing duty, the government will charge the subsidy provided by some of the other country, and the most favored nation is given by a country to the all other nation, so that the trade can be the smooth and there will be no discrimination between the different country for the trades. And if any country wants some of the specific treatment for the any other nation, they are tying up the bilateral trades agreement like the CEPA between India and UAE. Some of the other agreement also between some of the another country, bilateral agreement, trilateral agreement, multilateral agreements, the trade agreements as per the requirement of the that country. Okay.